Our first date? Yeah, I could tell you about that.
And it all started with my saying, all right, Tim, get yourself a pair of glasses, and you got a job, and you got the girl. So you got everything.
I got the whole shebang.
You did.
The whole train load.
The whole train load, yep.
Yeah.
And the railroad was good to us.
Very good.
We
That
made
was a
good money,
start.
got to travel.
Got to go to Denmark that first time because we made such good money.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So everything has worked out very well.
Very well.
We went out, and then we got your car back and went over and listened to music until 4 in the morning, and then you went home on Saturday and came back on Sunday, and I made you a dinner, and then you moved in on Tuesday, and then I would talk about Lizzie, but I won't use the F word.
No, that's fine.
Talking about that date that we had after we got your car back from, we had to go pay to get your car because you had been in
Yeah,
a
go to an impounding lot and pick up my car and pay the $200 to get the car back.
And then we listened.
Then we went to Lizzie's house, listened to some music
Yep.
for a couple hours.
Yep, about 4 in the morning.
Because you didn't even have a stereo or a radio or anything of
No,
the sort.
no. I had a house.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And then
Then we went to your house.
you went home on
I went home on Saturday morning, and came back Saturday evening,
Sunday night
Sunday night.
for supper.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had interacted with Steve and Dawn on Saturday.
Yep. And then you moved in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And on Friday, my best friend came over to the house that now you were living in with me. I had a very nice house, and
nice house.
you were in the kitchen making breakfast. You were making omelets for everyone, and my best friend was in the living room with me, and she said, "Jesus Christ, Joyce, do you know what you're doing?"
Do you know what the hell you're doing?
Yeah. And I said, "I think I do." And so whenever we see her now,
We bring it up.
Yep, we tease her and say, "Here we are. I guess we might have known what we were doing."
That was in February. Yep. And we got married in August.
We did. And we went to Canada.
Yep. Went to Winnipeg to get married.
Yeah.
Brought Fran and Lou, my sister and brother-in-law, with
Yep.
as our witnesses.
Got married in a nice grove of trees by a man named Commissioner Hart.
Commissioner Hart, H-A-R-T.
And that
Was a
night,
Jewish man.
he was a Jewish man. Yeah. And that night, your sister and her husband and you and I went on a riverboat cruise.
Yeah.
By
Full
the
moon.
By the full moon, yeah.
On the Red River.
Yeah.
Yep, on a paddle wheel boat.
And not only was our first wedding anniversary special, but we've had a lot of really special anniversaries ever since. After being in Denmark in 1982, we decided we couldn't live in St. Paul anymore.
Right. It was too fast, too busy.
And we found this 40 acres here, and
Decided to move up here.
we moved up here in April of 1983, and
We were making real good money at the railroad. Real good money.
walked away from it.
Walked away from it, came up here and
Had no money.
nope. No.
No money.
The first summer I spent on a tractor working for farmers.
Yeah.
And I would bring home chicken or vegetables or whatever.
Swap your time for something to eat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Traded time on the tractor for something to eat.
And we had company here all the time,
All the time.
every weekend, and I just don't remember how we fed them because we didn't have any income. We didn't have any insurance for health coverage or anything, but I mean, we survived it and we got through it, and then after we'd been here for a while, we started taking in foster children that came from broken homes, and then you started working at
I worked at a group home in Pine City.
Yep, and they had troubled
on weekends.
teenagers.
Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock until Sunday evening at 6. Working with juvenile delinquents.
And if you had
If I had
3
only-
or less,
No, 2 or less.
that
If
you
I
could.
had 2 or 1 kid, I could bring them home and we could stay here for the weekend.
Yep. And I always said if we had milk, toilet paper, and pizza, we were fine because those young boys, that's all they
wanted to eat,
required.
yeah.
But they were good. They were never a problem. And then we had our own kids that we had here all the time.
Right.
And Laura, who's now almost 50 years old,
Yeah.
she stayed with us the longest, and
Right.
we never really formally adopted her, but
But she's
she's our daughter.
Yeah.
And then she has a daughter who's 21, Shelby, and she's our granddaughter. And next Saturday we'll be in St. Cloud over at the college for family weekend.
Shelby will be a junior in studying social work.
She wants to help families from broken homes.
Broken homes.
She's a good kid. Right now
Yeah.
she's in Colorado for a couple days. But it's interesting how not
How
only
life changes.
it does. And this farm we live on, I mean, gosh, we've had cows, we've had lots of chickens and peacocks and ducks and geese and you name it. We've just really enjoyed a lot of different animals, and lots of people have come here over the years.
A
And
lot of people from Denmark have come here.
yeah, in Sweden and
They've stayed here. People from Sweden have stayed here. People from England come here quite often.
yep, we have friends from lots of different places.
Yeah.
And we're really fortunate that we can provide.
Thanks to email and Facebook, we can interact with them routinely. You do, anyhow.
We got to know a lot of really good doctors.
Part of the reason I was down there so long is that my donor had a infection as a teenager that I had not had,
Right.
and it transferred to me with the liver.
Yep, it did. You had got the liver from a 42-year-old woman.
Yeah.
So now we say,
My
oh, you
feminine-
have your feminine
My
side.
feminine side has come out. Yeah.
I think that's why you do all the cooking and laundry in this household.
I've taken over.
You have, and you
Yeah.
do a good job of it.
Yeah.
But I think we're very fortunate that we've been able to do a lot of traveling. We've gone to Denmark a few
4 times.
Yep, and we've gone to Sweden, and we've gone to Greece,
Went to Greece for our 25th anniversary.
Germany, and
Is there anything you would have changed?
the Netherlands. Looking back, is there anything? Well, we've talked about this, that it would have been nice to have one child,
yeah,
just
yeah,
to
yeah,
see
yeah.
what that child
What
would
the
have been like.
combination of you and I would have been.
Exactly, stubborn. They're
Sure.
stubborn as hell.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, we,
Good looking though.
yeah, we
Yeah,
just,
good looking.
no, we don't really have any regrets other than I think it would have been nice, but it wasn't possible. And we were lucky. We had good children that we took care of here in our home
Yeah.
a long time ago, and now we have Laura
And we have Shelby.
and Shelby, and they
That's
consider
important.
us their mom
Right.
and dad and grandma and grandpa and
Well, there's Liz and Jason.
and we helped raise some other kids too, and
Yeah.
and they come here and see us. So, no, we're really lucky considering we came here on a wing and a prayer.
Very much a prayer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't cry
I'm
now.
not. You've always been a good partner. When I was so sick, you took care of me. I mean, you were absolutely the best nurse a person could have.
Yeah, I
mean,
had a bed right next to yours so that I
Yeah.
could take care of you.
Yeah.
I saved your life a couple times.
Yeah. I died 3 times in the process.
Yep. Yep.
And you were there right by me.
Yeah. No, those were some tough times.
Those were some hard days.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes I'd get on the phone and call my friends and say, I don't know if I can keep doing this. But
Right.
then, you do.
Someone would come and save you.
come and take a few deep breaths.
Yeah.
So the best part of our
Of 36 years.
36 years, you've I think the thing of it is that we're codependent on each other. We do everything together. We go to the grocery store together and buy groceries.
Yeah.
You know, we do everything together outside, inside. If you make supper, I clean up the kitchen. If I make dinner, you clean up the kitchen. And tonight I'm making dinner, so you get to clean up the kitchen. No, I think the fact is that we're just, we travel well together. I would never take a trip without you. And I don't think you would ever take a trip without me. A lot of traffic. Oh, sure. You're gonna try it? Oh, I thought you meant the rail. Okay. I thought that's what you were gonna get me to try and